here we are on translations, page 2, and we're going to look at something that's called the vector notation. Okay, so on page 1, we looked at the function notation. xy goes to x plus h, y plus k. Well, we can shorten this to this vector notation. Notice these are not parentheses. They're little kind of side arrows. I think of them as side V's for vector, sideways V for vector. And we just write HK. And it looks almost like a point, except that it's not parentheses. That's how we know it's a vector instead of a point. But it still acts like the point in the fact that the H either adds or subtracts to the X. The K either adds or subtracts to the Y. So a vector has a length and it has a direction. These are used a lot in physics. So anybody that's interested in science, you'll be seeing vectors when you work in physics a lot. Okay, so the arrow is basically just saying if we had a shape right here and we wanted it to go right here, where would it move? Well, it moved to the right 11 and up 5. So that's the vector 11, 5. Or this vector here, what if we had a shape right here and we wanted to move it down here? Well, that would have to go right 12 and down 16. So that would be the vector 12, negative 16. Please make sure you do not do parentheses. It's wrong if you do parentheses because then it's a point, not a vector. Okay. All right, and example 4, a little backwards thinking. Given the image and the rule, we want to find the pre-image. So here's the vector that we applied, and here's the point that we got. We want to know, where did we start? This point xy ended at 4, negative 1. So I can just write two simple equations. The original x minus 5 equals the image 4. So the original x had to be 9. The original y minus 2 has to equal the final y of negative 1. So the original y equals 1. So the original point was 9, 1. So example 4b, again, we're given the image. We are looking for the pre-image, the original point z. And we applied the rule x plus 8, y minus 6. So if I did x plus 8, I would land negative 3, which means the original x had to be negative 11. If I did y minus 6, I would have to land at negative 7, which means the original y had to be negative 1. So the pre-image was the point negative 11, negative 1. And that finishes page 2 of translations.